Here we are in the Irish hills of Michigan. We're getting ready to go racing for the Kobalt 400. We're getting oh so close to that chase, and this could be a big point for some drivers' seasons. On the pole is the 27 of Nathan Stapleton, who's outside the 5 of Jeff Bright. Then 30 of Benny Watson, he's been doing so well since the Daytona win. 4th, Steve Larker, and Eli Bright got a feel-good win at Loudon, rounds up the top 5. Then 60 of Taylor Brian Price, Stephen Baker in 7th, Stephen Taylor in 8th, Max Harrison, your points leader, in 9th, and John Gammett rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field is Joe Jefferson with Danny Lloyd. They have Code Luigi and Trey Rainey, Sebastian Kukulon and Dale Lightning. And there's Alexander Rowe and Larry Bouchard Jr., Jonathan Buford and Tyler Fink. They have Mac Johnson and James Dablito, Diego Yepez with Jake West. And there's Isaac Nichols and Carter Friesen. Jack Marshall and Andrew Miller's first race in the 43 car this season will be here at Michigan. They have Jay Jefferson, who won the last time we were here, and Derek Hamill in the 55. They have Riley Sampson and Luke Rainey, Jonathan Rains and Jake Galloway. And there's Steve Morgan and Colton Yo, Patrick Smith and second in points TJ Hanley. They have Carson Bowers in third in points Louis Jack Tavo, and in the final row Griffin Lynn with Justin Zeidel to his outside. There's your starting lap for the Kobalt 400 at Michigan. Let's get going with our starting command.
In honor of the Highway Patrol's 75 years of service, gentlemen, start your engines.
Guys, let's go out there and have some fun today. Just like I said today in the meeting, you know, this is a good racetrack. It's a good place for us. I think the pit crew is ready to go. Let's go have some fun.
And our 42-car field rolls off the starting grid here at Michigan. This track known for a lot of feel-good wins. TJ Hanley's first Gatorade Cup Series victory came here in season number 4. Jay Jefferson broke a winless streak of about 3 seasons last season in a Michigan race in the Chase. We've seen so many others. Isaac Nichols winning for the Kobalt, sponsoring this race last season. Carter Friesen's first Michigan win. So many amazing things have happened here at Michigan. We'll see if another amazing story can happen here today. And with the new aero package, lowering speeds in the corners, could be an unknown race. A lot of unknown effects could happen here. First time we'll be racing with this package under race conditions. So we'll find out how it works as the pace car is in 30 laps at Michigan, 2 miles each time, fast speeds, and we're racing in the Kobalt 400. Green flag. First driver to break low is the 88 Eli Bright. They come down the backstretch side by side for a second. Nathan Stapleton trying to keep it out front. Eli looks to the inside through 3 and 4. Eli won last race in New Hampshire off of turn number 4. He's for the race lead. Off of 4 to lead lap 1. Number 88 Mountain Dew Chevrolet of Eli Bright will lead lap number 1 of the Kobalt 400. But Baker in the 96 looking to his inside with the push from Max Harrison, the points leader. A little bit forward racing back there. Jeff Bright's in the wall going into turn 1. Trying to keep it under control. Off of turn number 2, down the backstretch to the race. Baker with the race lead. Bright to the wall hard. Down to Kukulon. Down to Larry Bouchard Jr. The 5 cars going around. Steve Morgan around. Hanley may have gotten some damage in that. The yellow flag is out, and here comes the field racing back. Max Anderson, your points leader, gets out front. Stephen Baker and Benny Watson side by side to get them back in second. It'll be Max Harrison leading. Benny Watson, I believe, just edged for a second there. As the caution is out early on lap number 2, Steve Morgan takes a spin. Jeff Bright with the most damage from that, and some others may have gotten some slight damage. So Jeff Bright the first get into the wall. We'll see how it happened. This actually started, believe it or not, down the straightaway. Jeff Bright is up top 4 wide. I believe he's trying to get a good entry into the corner. He gets a little too high and up against the wall. He'll get into the wall over here, coming into the corner. Right there, he just hits the wall a little bit there, and it kind of sends him into the corner straight. Gets kind of connected to that wall. So he's up high out of the groove, and this is where trouble is going to start. So he's up high, he's slower. He's fading back through the field. He's going to get into the wall hard as they come off the corner. So right here off the corner they come, and Jeff Bright is up high. He's out of the groove, obviously, way out of the groove, and he's just going to nail the wall right there. Come down to Kukulon, who gets up, and then Bright gets up into the wall, down to Larry Bouchard Jr., then back up into the wall, and then back down into Jonathan Buford around, and then gets Steve Morgan. TJ Hanley in the 23 gets some damage right there. Louis Jack Tavo hits the brakes. I believe he's able to miss it. That is 2 of the top 3 points that could have gotten damage in that and may have gotten damage in that. We'll have to see from their onboards. Let's look at this in real time. Jeff Bright hitting the wall. And I don't know if that could have been avoided with how high that 5 was and how fast he was going there off the corner. I don't know if that could have been avoided. We'll go on board TJ Hanley, see if he got any damage in this. He could have been a little bit of a stack up. He should be fine. Hanley, who won the Target Series race yesterday, looking for a Michigan sweep. Now we'll go on board with his teammate Lou Jack Tavo. They're in point, able to miss this one barely. They find his teammate right here. Cars go spinning around, checking up, and Octavo, a great job to be able to miss that right there. We have a few more onboard cameras. First, the 48 of Isaac Nichols with that Kobalt sponsorship on the car. And the Kobalt 400 won this race last season, looking to repeat that. This could have been a big step backwards in terms of that. Great job there by Nichols to avoid it. One more. Griffin Lynn flies through the middle of this. Last season's champion able to miss this crash that happens in front of him. They find the two teammates of Octavo and Hanley right here. He's going to see a hole up in the middle lane. He's going to shoot it up top of Octavo right there. Gain a position or two from that. So great job by all those drivers missing that crash. Those could have been a lot bigger than it was. Steve Morgan does impact the inside wall a little bit. It looks like he's had slowed down enough to where it wasn't. Let's see. Spin control. Yeah, it goes down below 100, and it looks like he just gives it a little tap right there. Yeah, a little tap to the inside wall for Morgan. Should be fine there. Jeff Bright's obviously going to have the most damage. He has damage to both ends of that car. Max Anderson leads back to the caution flag. He stays out, but some do not. We do have some pit strategy going on. Some cars come down pit road here at Michigan. Led by Nathan Stapleton, Stephen Baker has come down. And it's that Jonathan Buford who's also come down the pit lane. I'll have to see. Stapleton, Baker, and Buford have come down. They do have some damage, so possibly stack up under yellow, and they decided to come down and get that damage repaired. Jeff Bright also as well, but he was involved in that crash with the most damage. So those drivers come down pit road. They'll have some fresher tires and some fuel in the car. Your points there, Max Harrison out front, leading laps in the Kobalt 400. Coming back to the restart, lap number 7, Max Harrison, your points leader out front. We talked about all the cars that missed it and how great of a job they did. Well, one of them missed it, but just had some issues with mechanical issues under the caution flag. Last season's champion, Griffin Lynn, did a great job missing it, but gearbox burning up under that caution will take him out of the race. And we have 41 cars on the lead lap for this restart. Max Harrison out front in the 47 car, trying to extend his points lead. Second is Benny Watson. He's had a great streak since his Daytona win a few races ago. Eli Bright won last race at Loudon. He's third. Trey Rainey fourth. And Joe Jefferson fifth. He needs a great result. If Dale Lightning is sixth, he has some damage. Steve Larker seventh. There's Taylor Ryan Price eighth. Ninth, Alexander Rowe. And John Gambit rounds out the top 10. The cars that came down here will restart the back. There's the 27, the 5, the 96, and the 33, 38th through 41st. Here they come to the restart zone. Max Anderson with the race lead. And we're back racing in the Kobalt 400. And Watson got a pretty good jump there on Anderson. He's gaining on him. See if he makes a move off into turn 1. If he stays right there trying to get the draft. Here he comes to the inside, blocking the 88 Eli right off. And Eli goes with Watson. The two newest winners in the Gatorade Cup Series. They're right now 1-2 as Watson clears for the race. Here comes Eli Bright in the 88 looking low. Down the backstretch. Eli with the push from Joe Jefferson. Jefferson needs something to go right this season. It's not been right for that 41 team. And for a driver that's won so much in the Gatorade Cup Series. Probably not going to make the chase this season, but go out here and just win some races. And as we said, Michigan, a place for when the streaks be broken, a place for special things to happen. Joe Jefferson needs something special to happen here. He's looking 3 wide for the race lead. Pushed from points leader Max Anderson, who's down low. Cars line up, Benny Watson almost 4 wide there in the 32. Might go 4 wide. As they come off the corner to the wall, he goes down to Trey Rainey, who's up into the wall, and around goes the 95. Going around, but contact there with the opponent, they're still wrecking. That's TJ Hanley in it. Jay Jefferson, some others spin around. Yellow is out again. Caution 2, and it's a quick one. Back in front, they're side by side. Joe Jefferson and Max Anderson. It's going to be Joe Jefferson back in front over Max Anderson. Yellow again, just after the restart. Sebastian Kukulon, who's needing to make the top 20 points, has damage. Nathan Stapleton possibly involved. Tyler Fink. There's Jack Marshall in the pits. That all started. They got 4 wide again. We talk about how 4 wide just never going to work here, and it didn't again. It looked like the 32 Benny Watson 4 wide into the wall hard, and just went on from there. So we'll see what happened. Bring out caution number 2. Here they are again, 4 wide off the corner. Benny Watson is up top. Trey Rainey to the middle of that. And there's the 75 of Steve Larker as well. But it looks like the 32 is going to bounce off the wall here, get down to Trey Rainey. Then Trey gets down to Larker, then comes back up, gets into Watson. The 95 spins around right here. Everyone does a great job missing. And at some point, the one's going to get hit right there, Yepez. And he comes up and he gets Marshall. And then Marshall comes up, Kukulon's there. There's Tyler Fink, there's Jay Jefferson, there's Hanley getting some damage from that. And these cars are spinning sideways. Riley Sampson does a great job getting on the brakes, and I believe he's able to miss that. That's a tough break for so many drivers, though, that were up there in contention. Now they got damage from that. It's just another 4-wide incident, bringing out a caution flag. There's all that damage suffered there. Go on board with a few drivers that were involved in that. First, we'll go on board Jay Jefferson. Won the last time out at Michigan, but looks like he might have some damage to the number 78 car after making contact. Contact right there with both ends. We'll see how that car goes. And TJ Hanley, second in points coming in the race, only 10 points back. He got some front end damage in this. Right there, he hit the 78 Jay Jefferson a little bit. So we'll see how his car is for the restart. Back in front is the 41 of Joe Jefferson, and everyone should be hitting the pits at this moment in time to get some fuel to make it to the end. We'll see who gets off a pit road with the race lead. Eli Bright's the farthest pit stall down. Well, it looks like they're just taking fuel only here. Yeah, and they're taking fuel only, but they're packing fuel in that car to make sure that they can make it to the end. Eli Bright trying to get out in front over Max Anderson. It looks like he will beat Anderson out. Joe Jefferson falls to third. So Eli Bright going to be your race leader once you get back green. Fuel only for drivers at the front. Eli Bright, your race leader here at Michigan. Coming back green, lap number 13, Eli Bright out front, the number 88 car. Jack Marshall from that crashes out. We have 40 cars on the racetrack. Sebastian Gluck on the last of them. Eli Bright out front for this restart, lap number 13. Max Harrison, your points leader, in second. Joe Jefferson third. Alexander Rowe fourth, and Steve Larker fifth. We have James Tablio in sixth. Taylor Bryan Price seventh. Stephen Taylor eighth. Danny Lloyd ninth. And Cole Luigi rounds out the top 10. See some other drivers up there in points back here. TJ Hanley currently scored in the 20th position. Back here a little bit further back, Octavio's 24th. And look further back to see a car on the apron. It's Nathan Stapleton in the 27th, going to restart 38th. He's on the apron, dropping to pit row with an apparent issue. So the pace car in. Eli Bright looking for back-to-back wins in the Gatorade Cup Series. Out front, here in the Kobalt 400. Points leader Max Harrison behind in second. In the restart zone they come. And we are back racing here at Michigan. And those front two get away. Max Harrison glued onto the back bumper. The 88 of Eli Bright might look to the inside here off into turn one. Here he comes to the inside already. Side by side off into turn one. Max Harrison to the inside of Eli Bright. Joe Jefferson, Alexander Rowe looking. Where are they going to go? They look to the inside of the 88. Now off the corner. Max Harrison clears. Joe Jefferson trying to do the same down the backstretch. Here comes Joe Jefferson to the inside of Max Anderson for a spot. That's for the race lead. Alexander Rowe. Here comes Taylor Bryan Price with those drivers. Price looks to make it 3 wide. Through the corner he does. First, second, 3 wide. Steve Larker coming with the head of steam. Stephen Taylor, Cole Luigi, John Gavin on the bottom lane. As Joe Jefferson gets away. Price cleared for second in the 15 car. Here comes Steve Larker, 3 wide. That's for third. And they're stacked up big time, almost 4 wide. Max Harrison might be out of the groove too much. He's up against the wall. Into it just a little bit, scrapes it. Keeps it going straight. Eli Bright through the middle, trying to get clear. He does. He gets down in front of the 31. And 3 cars pull away. Eli Bright for fourth. Price for the race lead on Joe Jefferson. Side by side. Even. Now Price pulls and clears Joe Jefferson down the front stretch. 15 car out front. Joe Jefferson keeps second though, but this allowing Steve Larker. Here comes Eli Bright, the 88 with the run down low for third. Alexander Rowe there in fourth. Now Joe Jefferson back to the inside for the race lead. Side by side, coming to halfway. Joe Jefferson back out in front of that 15, but does Taylor Bryan Price do a crossover, looking back to the inside. Keeps it back on the back bumper, that 41 for now. But here comes Price with a little bit of a run. Has to check up there a little bit, a little tight. But Joe Jefferson a little tight off the corner. And look at the run that these drivers have behind. Third on back, come with a huge head of steam. Eli, Brian Alexander Rowe moving towards the front. Eli goes high, roller to the bottom lane in the 72. John Gavin, the 77. Here comes Carter Friesen, who had that vicious crash in Season 5, but won it back in Season 5 as well. Now Price for the race again down the backstretch, but does he have the help to get it done? Taylor Brian Price side by side with Joe Jefferson, coming to 14 laps to go. And Price back out front now in the Kobalt 400. And can Jefferson get down for a row, or can that 72 fill the spot? The 72's down there. Side by side for second. Jefferson up top. Rowe down to the inside. Now fourth and back. They're going to have a run. Eli Bright, Carter Friesen. Friesen looking along the 88. Alexander Rowe trying to clear as they come off turn number 2. Down the backstretch. See some of the cars at the back of the field. They may be a little bit off pace due to crash damage. The outside lane's so tough now once we get going. As the inside lane gets a little tight down low, but Alexander with a great move through 3 and 4, trying to pull up alongside the 15 as a push from the 88 Eli Bright. But Bright looking to take it 3-1. The 15 has help up top. The 7-2 no help in the middle lane. Off into turn 1. Price trying to get clear on the top. Cars pull up as the 6 of Bowers. And he's blocking half the field. A few cars get away. The rest of the field stuck. 3 wide. Price with a big push from Joe Jefferson. He's going to get clear. And Eli Bright fading with Alexander Rowe. A few cars get away. John Gambit last, and then Larker and Cole Luigi also got away. Lloyd, and then here comes this pack of cars. And the 6 is all the way back here, still blowing up. No yellow. We're still green flag racing. Price with a big lead over Joe Jefferson as a few cars break away in this draft. There's currently 9 cars. Larker in 10th is trying to get up here. And they have Cole Luigi in 11th. He's going to try and march down Larker to try and get a run. Down the backstretch, 2 cars pull away. It's Taylor Brian Price and Joe Jefferson. Steve Larker trying to gain Cole Luigi, and they have that second pack back there. They could possibly cause a yellow if they're racing hard. Joe Jefferson with a great run through 3 and 4, looking low on the 15. Taylor Brian Price off of 4. He comes to the inside. And this is just going to help third on back. They're just going to get a huge run here. 11 laps of racing to go here in the Kobalt 400. Taylor Brian Price, Joe Jefferson are side by side. They've been 1 and 2 since the restart. But here comes Andrew Miller into the mix. That 43 car. Remember we said it's the first time he's driving this season. Johnny Gardner's released from that 43 car duties. But here comes Miller trying to bring the 43 back to victory lane in the Gatorade Cup Series. He's having a great run at it. He's inside the top 5, going for second through 3 and 4. He has Carter Friesen by him. Derek Hamill's coming up to the front. Hamill trying to record a top 5 finish this season. John Gambit, Eli Bright, Dale Lightning. Other cars in this pack. Side by side, first, second with 10 laps to go. They're catching Nathan Stapleton in the 27 at a fast rate. Joe Jefferson looking high. He gets slowed up. Some cars get into the wall. Rowe and Taylor Brian Price. Joe Jefferson's blocked. Andrew Miller gets to the race lead. Carter Friesen to second. John Gambit trying to emerge to third. The 41 still trying to get around. Dale Lightning gets some spots. Alexander Rowe's blocked. Derek Hamill is. Here comes Larker into the pack, and Cole Luigi could gain as well. Alexander Rowe's still stuck. He's going to fall out of the draft and possibly outside the top 10. He's currently 10th. But with Cole Luigi gaining, he could lose that spot. Look at the run the 42 has. He has to check up, though. 9 laps to go. And a few more cars have dropped out of the pack. Make it 7 cars now that have a shot. For now, but we have another lap car ahead. It's the 95 of Trey Rainey. And all this, where's your points there dropped to? Max Anderson currently back in this pack bound with Hanley. And Octavo, I believe, is in this pack as well. So, big pack back here in the second. There's Octavo, the second draft, which is 12th on back. There's 11th and 10th. They could possibly be run down by that front pack. Andrew Miller still leading. 8 laps to go. Carter Friesen looking for his second career Gatorade Cup Series Michigan victory. In second on the back bumper, that 43. The battle for third. John Gambit, Taylor Brian Price. Eli Bright is 5th. Joe Jefferson looking for 5th. He's had one of the fast cars of the day. Now they're catching Trey Rainey. They're looking low off the corner. And Miller gets slowed up. Look at the run for John Gambit on the outside lane. But you don't want to be on the outside. You want to be inside. Miller gets away. Friesen. There's Price. And John Gambit and Eli Bright are going to be the ones stuck. But can they get low? Eli's an opening down low. Same with Gambit. Here comes Friesen for the race lead. Gambit pulls low. Eli Bright gets low. Derek Hamill looking to get around the outside. Now five cars pull away. As John Gambit and Eli Bright have lost touch for now. 7 to go. Carter Friesen on the back bumper of that 43, looking to make a move. Some way, shape, and form. He needs help to get there. Here comes Joe Jefferson looking along the 38 car for second. He has a run, but can he keep it beside the 38? The outside lane we've seen so far been so hard to pass once you get spread out like you are right now. 6 laps of racing to go. Miller still leads. Carter Friesen second. Joe Jefferson, Taylor Bryan Price, 3rd and 4th. And Dale Lightning's 5th. They have John Gambit in 6th and Eli Bright 7th. Derek Campbell 8th. Steve Larker's 9th. And then the battle for 10th. Cole Luigi around the outside. Trey Rainey gets to the top 10. Dale Lightning shuffled high. Down the backstretch. As John Gambit looks low. He's 6th, going for 5th. Look at that. For the race lead, side by side. Friesen and Miller. Miller with a great run off the top side. He's a little bit faster down the straightaway. And will pull to 5 laps to go. A yellow would end it. And Andrew Miller with the race lead. Carter Friesen still trying to keep it down there off into turn number 1. He does have a nose. And Price has joined the battle once again. And he's giving the push to Friesen. Down low, a big push. But a push now up top. And Price looks to split it 3 wide. Carter Friesen trying to side draft that 43 for all it's worth. Through 3 and 4. Taylor Bryan Price looking to take it 3 wide. That's not where Miller wants to be. Up top, 3 wide. Taylor Bryan Price down low. 9 cars to sell at the front. 3 wide for the race lead. 3 wide. 6 cars. 3 wide in the pack. Miller up top. Friesen in the middle. Price down low. John Gambit looking 4 wide. 15 has to check up a little bit there. Going to ruin his momentum. Miller has a huge run up top. Down the back. He's going to get clear right here. That 4-3 guy, huge run, 3 wide top. And he moves back to the race there. So 3 wide now for 2nd. Friesen trying to get through in the middle lane. Coming to 3 to go. Miller's clear, Friesen's clear. Now the battle for 3rd. As Friesen looks low. Down the front stretch. John Gambit for 3rd. Dale Lightning, Taylor Bryan Price, Joe Jefferson. So many cars that have a shot. Friesen and Miller still side by side. 3 to go. And Friesen has a nose. Can he get clear? Carter Friesen trying to get clear. Miller's in the high side. Stay side by side for now. Down the backstretch. Look at the run that the 43 has. And look at Taylor Bryan Price with the run. John Gambit coming. Derek Campbell, Steve Larker, Eli Bright. All 9 cars with a shot in this pack. And we're coming to 2 laps to go. Miller once again using that high lane run to try and get clear. Friesen using that bottom lane, trying to use the shorter way around. Miller, I believe, is back clear with 2 laps to go. Friesen battling back to the inside. Side by side up front. They have Nathan Stapleton that they're going to catch on this white flag lap, it looks like. Down the backstretch. Miller once again the draft up top and the run off the top side. But the 38 not letting that 43 get clear. Through 3 and 4. If they make it to the white flag, no matter what, we'll end it to the checkered flag. Coming off of 4. White flag being shown. Last lap for Andrew Miller. His first race of the season. Can he get into victory lane? White flag. They get around Stapleton, or the 43 does. Gambit. Here comes Taylor Bryan Price is 2nd. They have Kukla ahead that they might catch. But Taylor Bryan Price in the draft of the 43 and using the high lane, trying to get a run. Off the corner, 2 cars to sell it. Down the backstretch. Andrew Miller has a big enough lead. Can he hold it? Down the back, off into turn number 3. Through 3 and 4. Andrew Miller trying to turn the 43 to victory lane. His first race of the season. Andrew Miller gets to victory lane. Off of 4. Andrew Miller wins the Kobalt 400 in Michigan. How about that? We talked about how the good stories always happen here at Michigan. Andrew Miller just won the 43 car for a victory here at Michigan. How about that? First race of the season, Andrew Miller gets to victory lane. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Kobalt 400 at Michigan. There were 2 caution flags for 8 laps and 10 lead changes among 5 different drivers. Andrew Miller wins the race lead 10 laps, the most of anyone, getting to victory lane. Taylor Bryan Price ends up 2nd. He led 5 laps. John Gambit 3rd. Derek Campbell 4th. And Eli Bright led 5 laps to end up 5th, right where he started and right where he finished. They have Steve Larker in 6th. Carter Friesen 7th. Joe Jefferson also led 5 laps in 8th. Dale Lightning 9th. And Code Luigi rounds out the top 10. There's your top 20. As the points lead changing once again. TJ Hanley with an 18th place finish and gets to the points lead by, I believe, he's only 6 points over Max Anderson, as Anderson ends up finishing down in 25th position. Octavo fell off there at the end. He ended up 34th, as 37 cars finished on the lead lap. 39 finished running. Nathan Stapleton, your pole sitter, falls 5 laps down, 39th. Carson Bowers had a header issue. Remember, he was in the middle of the pack, and that's really what spread the pack out. If he didn't have that, it could have been a lot better racing at the front. But with that happening, definitely hurt the front of the pack. Now let's go look at the points. Getting close to chase time, and here are the point standings. TJ Hanley has a 6-point lead over Max Sanderson, who falls to second. So those two have been swapping the points lead. They have a pretty distant gap over Louis Jacques third. Danny Lloyd is fourth, and Alexander Rowe rounds out the top 5. They have Dale Lightning in 6th. Diego Yepes moves up to 7th, so he's in a pretty comfortable spot as of now. Taylor Brown Price 8th. Trey Rainey falls to 9th, and Steven Taylor's that final top 10 spot in 10th. There's your top 20, but he didn't have it by much. John Gammon's only 4 points back. Riley Sampson, 26 back. Nathan Stapleton has the first wild card with a win, but Jack Marshall with 2 wins has the other wild card. So some non-winners: Luke, Rennie, Griffin, Lynn, Jay Jefferson. They need to get a winner, get up inside the top 10. And then you have Eli Bright, the win, moves up to 17th. Patrick Smith, Carter Friesen, both with victories, trying to get up here. Those are 2 teammates, so a lot can still happen. You got a lot of drivers here looking. Isaac Nichols, Steve Morgan, they both have victories. They're trying to get up here. Sebastian Kuklon, 2 victories. He falls to 32nd after some bad races towards the middle part of this season. He can still get up there, but he needs to get up inside that top 20 desperately. He has a few races to do it, but it's going to be hard. Look down there, Andrew Miller gets a victory, his first race of the season. We'll look ahead to the next race, which will be held at Bristol, the Sharpie 500. I'll see you guys then.